some mechanism or something doing it. Mm-hmm. And finally, I looked up and I was like, "Whoa! It's the sky!" Mm-hmm. And it went on. How many hours did you observe it for hours?
I didn't observe it for hours. I observed it for about an hour.
Okay. Without ceasing, it didn't end. It was still going on.
No, it kept going. The whole drive home. I driven 30 minutes home, and it was going the whole time. Uh-huh. And it's just like, even if it wasn't directly in front of me, I was going south.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I've never seen anything like that. I didn't see any lightning. I just saw the clouds lighting up.
Well, I thought it was, UFOs.
It looked like War of the Worlds.
It did. It looked.
Or Independence Day.
It looked very much like there could have been heavy UFO activity.
Large crafts breaking through the atmosphere with electrical energy.
Several large crafts and several small crafts involved in exercises of some sort. A lot of stuff. Totally camouflaged by clouds to cover the actual ships themselves. It really did look like that, didn't it?
It really did.
It really did. It really did. And that was really. Is there more water in there?
Just a splash.
I didn't think that Western North Carolina would be a good
spot to land.
To land on Earth, but
whatever. They didn't land. They just flew around. But
it was great. You didn't see it, Matt?
I saw a little bit of it.
It was just incredible.
The time that you guys are talking about, I was probably asleep.
I'm not trying to say that it was UFO activity, but I would certainly not deny that. I would certainly not. If someone had some reason to say that there was UFO activity on a grand scale in the skies last night, I would think, well, that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm only in my early 20s, but I've never seen anything like that before.
Well, I'm in my 50s, and I have rarely seen anything quite like that. And for the length of time it went on, it was rather spectacular. It really was.
Did you see that, Raven?
See the UFO activities last night?
No.
Okay.
There was some type of heat lightning or something, or UFOs going on up in the clouds.
For hours.
For hours.
Mm-hmm.
Here, it was just like flashbulbs going out, like giant.
Yeah, and sometimes it looked like.
Did
you see what? Listen, something I saw. I saw something that looked like a big beam of orange light that like flashed through, and stuff like beams. I saw beams and stuff. I was like, whoa! Some really strange.
It just
stuff.
looked to me like I was thinking the new War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise in it, when they're first looking up at the sky and it's like. It's just like the clouds are going and it's flashing and it's like, and then the lightning strikes down. Or like Independence Day, I don't know if you remember that movie where they were,
Has
where
anybody heard
the
about
clouds were like on fire and stuff was coming, those big ships were coming in. It looked like that was going on.
Somebody told me that there's a concert, I guess it's going to be in 2008, where all these big name stars are getting together in like Manhattan, and the whole purpose of the concert is to say to outer space, to the aliens, we welcome you.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody else heard about this?
Oh yeah, and the aliens are going to come down and say, "Oh, thank you, we're hungry." Haven't you seen that one where they bring the big book and
they eat pancakes?
No, it's a big book. They say that it was an old Twilight Zone.
Right.
And it said they brought the big book, and the big book was they first halfway through the show they've translated the name of the book, and it's How to Serve Man.
Right.
And right as the guy is getting on the spaceship to be taken away, you need to go a little further. You've got an edge over here of white. You need to come
Now that's why you've got it. I see.
See, move in a little, move. Whoa, too far. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
You can have this seat actually.
Oh yeah.
And just as the guy is getting on the ship, and he's already in line, and he's going up on the ship, and the guy comes running up and he says, "It's a cookbook." How to serve man.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you for the case.
Okay. Well, first they're going to do global warming. See, it's got to be either global freezing. It's either got to be an ice age or global warming. If it's an ice age, it's so that the aliens can cruise by here and pick up all of the animals and living things, and they're already like frozen and ready for travel.
Okay.
See what I mean? So they just pack them into their like freezers, already frozen, ready to go, and off to space, and they've picked up their snacks. Or maybe they just want to. Maybe they'll go for global warming, and they just want to drop by, and we're all already roasted. So you,
Like slow
yeah,
cooked.
slow roasted.
Huh. I can see. John,
The galaxy? You like the galaxy?
If nobody brought this to your attention, there's a big Anarchy A
Out in space,
painted on there.
If you'll look at the TV monitor itself, we know that out in space. Now keep looking that out in space somewhere.
Oh, there it is.
The Anarchy
Huh.
of space.
That's pretty good.
Anything going on there?
See that again?
No, you can't see it anymore. That's all you get to see.
Could you at least do that little?
No, it's not plugged in.
Oh, thank God.
I'm just no fun today, am I?
Does it offend anybody if I'm doing this?
You can listen to these. I mean, we can just do so many things. I mean, would you like to be in charge of the Ooga horn? If you'd like to be in charge of the Ooga horn, it's in there. And you
No, please don't.
I had to hear it. Are both of these? Do both of these have reverb?
Does mine sound like it has reverb to you?
Yours sounds kind of closer.
Yeah, well, there's a reason for that.
Does mine sound like it has reverb to me? Yes. It's even in stereo. Goes left to right to left to right.
These things are just endless fun.
Yeah.
I think when Joe brought him in, he expected them to provide so much entertainment they already have.
You say you think he did?
Do you think?
I don't know if he knows how much entertainment they've brought. But then again, you and I are probably easily amused, is what I'm thinking.
Sometimes, depending on what it is. I mean, I pretty much constantly have to fiddle or play with something. And
Yeah, yours doesn't make its noise anymore. There you go.
there we go. All right.
These are not the high dollar ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do they have high dollar ones?
I don't know. I hope so. I hope they got something better than some of these.
You didn't go to Grove Park Inn and get these on New Year's?
I know what they've got at Grove Park. They probably at Grove Park. They probably, if they could find something cheaper than these, they'd have them.
I have no doubt. I'm sure they've got a big case of even cheaper versions of these somewhere in Grove Park.
Right, like none of them will make their noise or something.
Here, you can pretend I'm an alien.
Are you gonna bubble it up?
I'll have some more tea, John. That's great. No, if you put these on, it's fun to make.
It's very entertaining to watch with the delay in the monitor there in the corner.
Oh well. We have so many things yet to do.
Yes.
We still have space travel to and time. We still have time travel to come.
Dimensional travel.
Dimensions.
I'm all about some parallel universes.
Right. We have so many things to do yet coming up on future episodes of the Mad Scientists Tea Party experiment in live television.
Just think, John, somewhere out there's a parallel universe in which America has a good president right now.
Yes, and somewhere out there, in some Texas town, there's a village without its idiot. Yes. At any rate.
Even though he was actually born, he was born in Connecticut, right?
Wherever.
I believe he was born in Connecticut. I wasn't, even though I say I'm from Connecticut, so whatever.
Okay. This is
Mad Scientist Tea Party.
This is the Mad Scientist Tea Party experiment in live television.
Mm-hmm.
This is your access. This is your open door. This is your last hope for freedom right here. If you truly care, come down and join URTV and do a TV show and tell us about it.
Yeah.
Because
Sign up, get to play with all the cool stuff, and it's great. I love it.
yeah. And surely you know what I mean If you truly care, if you're passionate, if you care at all, come down and get involved, because if you don't, the whole world will just be run by the machine. And if you want to live in a world if you want to grow up a little pot of green.
Oh, that's what this is, green.
Yeah. It's you'll need to go get some water.
No, I'm all right. What's this? What's in the new pot?
I think it's China Black.
No good. No, what was this that I already enjoyed?
Rock tea. And
Sleepy today.
last week we had some of the Big Red Robe. And
So I'm bummed that I missed the light show last night.
well, hey,
What time did it get started?
he was saying it was going when we left here, I guess. So when did we leave here? Like 10 o'clock last night?
Dang.
Yeah, so it would be going at 10 o'clock last night. And still going at 11 and 12, I think.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, it was still
there was
going.
a reggae band playing last night. Do you think maybe the aliens like reggae?
I really, maybe some aliens do.
Do you like reggae?
Well, I like good music, and whether it's reggae or not doesn't matter as much as whether it's good or not. So if it is good reggae, I like it. Yes, I do. I lived for many years in Coconut Grove, and a good bit of that time was right up the street from Bob Marley's mama.
Is that Florida? Okay.
Yeah. And so I lived right up the street from Bob Marley's mama for, I don't know, maybe a couple of years, And a lot of the guys coming up from the islands, a lot of them that you hear on the reggae records from the islands and stuff, were in and out of town rather often. And were friends with a lot of people in the neighborhood where I lived. And it was very common on a Saturday to be walking down the road in the afternoon and hear music coming out from like somebody's backyard, and you would just sort of crawl through the bushes, and find yourself in a scene where sometimes there'd be as many as 2 steel drum players, and they'd be roasting chickens or something on a big outdoor. They would take bricks and build these great big barbecue sort of hits and stuff like that, and cook all kinds of stuff on them, and have punch and stuff. I mean, it would just be a whole neighborhood get together, and there'd be some drummers and various musicians and stuff. But I heard during that period of time, I heard some of the best reggae music that I have ever heard. And a lot of the guys that were just playing at these things are some of the session musicians and stuff that play on some of the best reggae albums that you've heard and stuff. Then I came back to up here to North Carolina, and some of my friends that were in North Carolina suddenly decided they needed to turn me on to reggae music. So they were like, you've got to hear this and you've got to hear this and stuff like that. And they started playing for me inferior stuff to what I'd been just hearing in the backyard, all the time. Yeah. And they would just insist upon playing this stuff for me until I got so annoyed with it that I got to the point when people said, do you like reggae music? I started going, no, I wouldn't let anybody play reggae music for me because I don't like bad reggae music, and just because it's reggae music does not make it good.
Does the recording quality really make a difference as far as you being able to enjoy
music?
Yeah.
Yes, but what makes the most difference, I would say, is the talent and stuff like that. Hang on, my Galaxy went away. I don't know. I just can't have galaxies going away like that. You know?
You know, I tell you what I recently read an article I really like is, have you ever heard of a man named George Massenburg?
I have heard of George Massenburg. I'll tell you like this. Going up the chain. Okay, like for instance, if you're going to be at home and listening to music,
Right.
it's important that you have a good stereo to listen to it on.
Yes.
But I would rather listen to a good recording on a bad stereo
Yes.
than listen to a bad recording on a good stereo.
Yes.
Okay, so
That's true. That's very true.
So the recording further up the chain is more important than what you're listening to it on. Okay?
Right.
Now, I would rather hear
Good music recorded bad than bad music recorded well.
well.
Yes.
Exactly. I don't care.
If you had Bob Marley on your answering machine at home before he died, and you didn't erase it,
It would probably rock.
it would rock.
It would
Absolutely.
probably rock.
It would.
You see what I
Hey,
mean?
John, I have a new song. I want to play it for you.
Yeah, it goes something like this. Oh, yeah. Right, exactly. And you'd be like, I just sit around and listen to it all the time, man.
That's
I don't know. You know?
great.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, George Massenburg, he was interviewed in Tape Op magazine. They said, "What advice do you give the young people today that want to be in music? Should they go to college for music? Should they just intern at a recording studio, or should they just buy all the gear and learn how to record at their house?" And his response was, they should have a big life. They should go traveling and hiking and mountain biking and snowboarding and all the things that they enjoy. So when they finally get into the recording studio, they have something worth saying. And I think that, as far as the recording chain goes, somebody that has something worth singing about, they can get away with just strumming 3 chords on a guitar.
Many people do.
Many people do. Many people do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that,
Yes.
Back to just talking politics.
Oh dear God.
Oh, my. All right.
Anyway. Oh, I'm cooking some CDs.
That's it. You're watching the Mad Scientist Tea Party.
Wow. That's a little over the top. Wow.
What are you doing?
Oh, that really travels.
Like it?
Yeah.
Well, that's just something we whipped up here in the Mad Scientist Laboratory.
I really need to learn how to do some of this stuff on this.
It's real easy.
Okay, well, show me right now.
You twist the black knob
Yeah.
until a number comes up, and then when you see the number you want, you push it down.
Okay.
Okay. Now here are some numbers, and written beside the numbers are something to tell you what they sound like. Now that's not all the numbers, but the numbers in between those sound like something in between those.
Okay. And what is like a 0 default?
Okay, now let's look at 59. Echo. Here we go. Check it. And then sit there and play with it and make your own. Okay?
Okay,
Now turn
and
it
what?
up so you can hear. Ta-da. There we go.
All right, now here's another question. Just so I know now, what
Compared to,
is
58.
like an off? What is an off default?
where is that? Will you see that somewhere?
I
Zero
don't.
zero is small hall.
Okay.
What is the off default? Oh, you
Yeah,
do off. None?
Yeah, I mean, like, what is no special effects at all?
Well, you don't. Right, it's like whether you have that on or not. See,
Okay.
Okay, that's where you do them. So you
I
put it on
see.
that microphone. Okay, but if I don't assign them to any microphones, you don't hear them, do you?
No, okay, I got it. That answers my question.
So there you go. There you go, laddie. Have at it. Twist around some numbers and push the button and see what happens.
Okay, that's chorus.
Okay. And what's that? What would that be?
Variation of 61.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't want to set the world on fire. How's that?
Kind of disappointingly boring. Wow.
You like that? Are you
That
ready?
was unexpected.
Are you ready for this? The best things in life are free, but you can keep them for the birds and the bees. Give me money. That's what I want. That's what I want.
70s phaser.
I want, yeah. That's what I want. Your loving gives me a thrill, but your loving don't pay my bills. Give me money. That's what I want.
I now
That's what
understand
I
why you're always
want.
telling me not to bang on the
I
table.
want, yeah. That's what I want.
Okay, yeah, phaser is a little bit disappointed too. It's
All right, well,
pitch shift.
pitch shift. What is it? What? Does you hear anything? Well, we can always turn it up like, whoa, the best things in life are free.
Okay, that's a little weird.
Yeah, it probably sounds like wagga, 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 something like that, doesn't it?
Okay, I'm gonna try chorus and reverb.
All right, chorus. The best things in life are free, but you can keep them for the birds and bees. Give me money.
Okay.
Your loving gives me a thrill, but your loving don't pay my bills. Give me money. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want, yeah. That's what I want. Your
Okay, right now we have
Money
delay and reverb. Delay and
money
gain.
don't get everything, it's true. But what it don't get, oh, I can't use. Give me money. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want, yeah. That's what I want. Uh-huh. You got enough of that? It's 5:16.
Is it really? Okay.
Are you enjoying that?
Yeah, I'm turning this back down to 0, seeing what
Right.
that does.
And what does one do? Small room?
0 is small hall.
Small hall. Welcome to the small hall. Small hall? What is that? Oh, now you're on 1. Now we're on 3. Mid hall.
So if this very small soundboard has that capacity, then how come the big one in the studio doesn't? And I know,
Because no one consulted with me before they bought it.
and actually I knew you'd say that because
Yeah.
I know you don't have any other answer for that because
There's
I
no
know
other answer.
that
because-
you weren't here when it was designed.
Because probably 4 or 5 times as much money was spent for that one as was spent for this one.
Okay.
So what else can you say?
The more expensive one does have more buttons. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, and almost half of those aren't used
Yeah.
for anything.
Yeah.
No.
I still don't know what all those buttons
But it's
do.
not. It's nice.
Yeah. And it's got 8 channels as opposed to before, so
4.
I mean that counts for something.
Well, yeah, but look at everything. It's the size of the studio and everything. I mean, it's hard to get more than 4 microphones in here. Think about it, isn't it?
Unless that's all you wanted to put in here, yeah. I
Yeah.
suppose if you want to just stuff the room with microphones, but
But that just would be too many microphones in the room, wouldn't it?
right.
I mean, most everything runs off too, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Well, you're a big user of microphones. Your show is
Yes.
in the big studio. I would say that as of the shows that are done in there, that we use for the last one we did in there, that we used about as many microphones as is ever used in that room.
You know, you might be right.
It's right on up there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I know you had all 8 channels going.
I think we did.
Right, you
I
did.
think we did, and I think we can get 2 more out of that board. I think that some of those other channels can be. We can pull those line inputs out, and
Okay.
I think there's 2 more that can be used as mic inputs. Although I've never tried it, but I've noticed there's XLR inputs there. Now whether they're line level or not, I don't know. But we could figure something out. You know.
I
think
have
that's empty.
no doubt whatsoever. Yeah, it is. I have no doubt whatsoever that you will figure it out.
But it is good, isn't it? The T.
Yeah. So you're gonna come help us do sound tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, excellent. That's lovely. You know what? Before I forget, why don't I go ahead and give you some more gas money? Yes, right here on live TV, I am bribing my sound guy. Here's some gas money.
I get gas money.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Fine.
Well,
I know it's tight, and I want you to actually be able to have.
has it been
show
worthwhile
up.
so far? Are you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that last gig was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That
yeah.
was, you know,
The Treasury.
it's true. I grew up and as a teenager and stuff, I was a severe Beatle freak. And but then again, you've got to know that they were like the most happening band at the time during that period, you know, of time.
It's not inconceivable to say that the Beatles were the most happening band ever. I mean, that may
Well, some
be
people
the
say
case.
that, yeah.
That may genuinely be the case.
And I grew up. I was born in 1950,
Mm-hmm.
and all of my teenage years were in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And you may recall that it was in the early 60s that the Beatles first hit the forefront, and then they evolved right on up through the 60s. And with their evolution, we of my generation, we evolved right with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, album by album, we looked forward to the next Beatle album that came out. You know, and what the most recent Beatle album that had just come out marked that period of time for us, rather than saying, oh, it was 1965, you know, we would say, you know, oh, we were listening to Revolver or something, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It wasn't, I didn't know what year it was, but I knew which Beatle album we were listening to. You see what I'm saying? And it was, I mean, I have too many wires and too many places. They defined space, a time for us. They defined the time more so than the calendar did for our generation, you know, and they led the Cultural Revolution. You know, there were a lot of soldiers in the Cultural Revolution, but few will deny that the Beatles led the troops. You see what I mean? And I don't know why I'm coming up with. Oh, and so having been a severe Beatle freak, and I like the kind of noise that Beatles make. You know, they make good noise and all. Mm-hmm. And so having the band The Treasury on last week,
very, very Beatles inspired.
Who are make similar racket. Mm-hmm. To Beatle racket, very Beatle-esque sounds. I enjoyed that show a lot, listening to the Beatle-esque sounds, and I hope the soundtrack that we did for that does them justice and sounds somewhat Beatle-esque in its final version.
I believe so.
So I think they liked it.
I think so. They seem pleased with how things went, and I think I think the final product is going to be a good episode.
I think so. Yeah. Right. So anyway,
I hope so.
Yeah, and now take all of the ones like that you want to get. You know, they're good. When are we getting the metal band with the British accent? Should be soon, shouldn't it?
Should be soon. I don't know off the top of my head. J.J. Wood. Do you want me to call him right now and bug him?
You can. You can.
I think I will. Gives us something to do.
I mean, if he had anything to him at all, he'd be at the tea party, wouldn't he? I'm sure he's busy taking some photos or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
But let's see if I can get an exact date for you.
You know, this is our home planet behind us here. And later we're hoping to have tea in out on the front lawn of the.
Hey, JJ, what's up?
Oh, JJ on the phone.
John Blackwell and I are sitting